First contact and medical mystery. The massive alien space station, Harmony's Nexus, hung in the inky void of space, its gleaming spires and interconnected modules forming a breathtaking celestial metropolis. It was here, at this bustling crossroads of galactic civilization, that humanity would make its official debut on the cosmic stage. Captain Elena Rodriguez stood at the helm of the Earth ship Curiosity, her heart racing with a mixture of excitement and apprehension. After decades of preparation and interstellar travel, they were about to dock with the station. The crew of 30 humans, each a specialist in their field, represented the best Earth had to offer. Final approach, Captain, announced Navigator Chen, his fingers dancing across the holographic controls. Harmony's Nexus has granted us clearance. Elena nodded, her voice steady as she addressed the crew. This is it, people. Remember your training, stay calm, and let's show the galaxy what humanity is made of. As the Curiosity glided into the cavernous docking bay, the humans got their first close-up look at the diversity of galactic life. Beings of all shapes, sizes, and colors moved about the station, some floating, others slithering, while many walked on varying numbers of appendages. A delegation of aliens awaited them at the airlock, led by a tall, willowy being with iridescent skin and large, compound eyes. It stepped forward as Elena and her team disembarked. "Greetings, humans of Earth," it said, its voice a melodious trill translated through their earpieces. "I am High Administrator Zixlith. Welcome to Harmony's Nexus." Elena bowed slightly. "Thank you, High Administrator. I'm Captain Elena Rodriguez. We're honored to be here." The tour of the station proceeded smoothly, with the humans marveling at the advanced technology and diverse ecosystem within Harmony's Nexus. However, it was in the medical bay that the true adventure would begin. Dr. Aiden Cho, the Curiosity's chief medical officer, was particularly fascinated by the alien healing technologies. He watched in awe as a holographic display showed nanobots repairing cellular damage in real time. "Incredible," he murmured. "The precision is beyond anything we've achieved." The alien physician, a gelatinous being named Dr. Glob, rippled with pride. "Our medical technology is the most advanced in known space. We can cure diseases your species hasn't even discovered yet." At that moment, a commotion erupted near one of the diagnostic machines. Lisa Chen, one of the engineering specialists, had tripped over an unseen power coupling. She fell hard, her hand slicing open on a sharp edge of alien equipment. "Lisa!" Aiden rushed to her side, followed closely by Dr. Glob. The alien doctor's eye stalks widened in alarm at the sight of red blood. "Quick, get her into the regen pod. We must stop the contamination." But Aiden was already examining the wound. "It's okay, it's not too deep." "Lisa, how do you feel?" Lisa winced but managed a smile. "I've had worse paper cuts, Doc. Just sting a bit." Dr. Glob undulated in confusion. "But the open wound, the potential for infection." Aiden pulled out a small medkit from his pocket. "Some antiseptic and a bandage will do for now. We'll monitor it, of course." The alien watched in fascination as Aiden efficiently cleaned and dressed the wound. "Remarkable," Dr. Glob oozed. "Your species seems unusually robust." Over the next few days, Dr. Glob and the other alien medics found themselves increasingly intrigued by human physiology. They were astounded by the speed at which Lisa's cut healed, leaving barely a mark. "It's not just the physical resilience," Dr. Glob explained to a gathered group of human and alien scientists. "Your immune systems are incredibly adaptive, and your ability to recover from injuries. It's almost as if you evolved on a world constantly trying to kill you." Captain Rodriguez and Dr. Cho exchanged glances. "Well," Elena said carefully, "Earth can be a challenging place." The aliens' fascination grew as they learned more about Earth's varied and often hostile environments. Stories of humans surviving extreme conditions, recovering from grievous injuries, and adapting to diverse ecosystems left their audience astounded. "But how is this possible?" asked one avium-like alien. "Our simulations suggest a world like yours should not produce sapient life, let alone one as resilient as your species." Aiden shrugged. "We call it the human spirit. We've always found a way to survive and thrive, no matter the odds." As news of the extraordinary humans spread through Harmony's nexus, more and more alien species came to observe and study them. The medical bay became a hub of activity, with researchers eager to unlock the secrets of human biology. One evening, as Alina and Aiden were discussing the day's events, an urgent message came through from Earth. A distant human colony was under attack by an unknown alien force. The message was garbled, but one thing was clear: they needed help, and fast. Alina's face hardened with determination. "We need to go. Our people need us." Aiden nodded, but then paused. "Wait, this could be an opportunity. What if we asked for help?" "From the aliens?" Alina asked, surprised. "Why not? We've seen their advanced technology. Maybe this is a chance to prove ourselves as worthy allies." Alina considered for a moment, then nodded. "You're right. It's time to show the galaxy what humanity can do, not just in healing, but in courage and cooperation." As they prepared to approach the High Administrator with their request, both Alina and Aiden knew that this could be the beginning of a new chapter in human history. The galaxy was vast and full of wonders, but it was also dangerous. Humanity's unique resilience might just be the key to forging a new future among the stars. Little did they know, their request for aid would set in motion a series of events that would change the face of galactic medicine forever and cement humanity's place as one of the most extraordinary species in the known universe. The Deathworld hypothesis. The news of the human colony under attack spread through Harmony's nexus like wildfire. Captain Alina Rodriguez and Dr. Aiden Cho stood before the Council of Galactic Species, an assembly of the most influential races in this sector of space. The chamber buzzed with a cacophony of alien languages as the counselors debated the humans' request for aid. High Administrator Zixlith raised all four of its upper appendages, silencing the room. "Honored representatives, we face an unprecedented situation. The humans, our newest galactic neighbors, ask for our help in defending one of their colonies." A reptilian being with scales that shimmered like oil on water leaned forward. "Why should we risk our people for a species we barely know? Humans are an unknown quantity." "Precisely why we should help," countered a being composed entirely of swirling gases contained within a translucent exoskeleton. "The humans have shown remarkable abilities. This is an opportunity to learn more." Dr. Glob, who had been invited as a medical expert, oozed forward. "Esteemed counselors, in my brief time studying human physiology, I've observed capabilities that defy our current understanding of biology. Their potential is extraordinary." The debate raged on, with Alina and Aiden watching tensely. Finally, a consensus was reached. The council would send a joint expedition to aid the human colony, but on one condition. They wanted to study human adaptability in real combat situations. As preparations for the mission began, the alien scientists intensified their research into human biology and the environment that shaped it. Dr. Glob led a team in creating simulations of Earth's various biomes, each more perilous than the last. "It's fascinating," Dr. Glob burbled to Aiden, as they watched a holographic recreation of an Earth thunderstorm. "Your world seems designed to eradicate life, yet it teems with it. The term Deathworld has been proposed to classify planets like yours." Aiden raised an eyebrow. "Deathworld? That seems a bit dramatic." "Perhaps to you," Dr. Glob rippled with amusement. "But consider this. Your species routinely survives conditions that would be fatal to most known races. Extreme temperature variations, high gravity, dangerous flora and fauna, natural disasters. The list is extensive." As if to emphasize the point, the simulation shifted to show a volcanic eruption. Aiden watched as digital humans evacuated, adapting quickly to the changing conditions. This adaptive ability, Dr. Glaud continued, it's not just physical. Your brains show an incredible capacity for problem-solving and creativity under stress. It's as if the constant challenges of your world have hardwired survival into your very being. The research expanded beyond mere observation. Volunteers from the Curiosity's crew participated in controlled experiments, demonstrating human endurance, strength, and recovery rates. The aliens were particularly amazed by the human ability to push past normal physical limits in crisis situations. In one particularly striking demonstration, Lisa Chen, now fully recovered from her earlier injury, showcased human parkour skills in a simulated urban disaster zone. The aliens watched in awe as she leaped, rolled, and climbed with an agility that seemed to defy their understanding of biomechanics. "Remarkable," whispered a multi-eyed alien observer. "They move as if gravity itself bends to their will." Meanwhile, the comparison between human and alien medical technologies yielded surprising results. While the alien tech was undoubtedly more advanced in many areas, human medicine showed a versatility and adaptability that the aliens found intriguing. "Your medical practices," Dr. Glaud explained to Aiden. "They're a fascinating blend of cutting-edge science and what some might call primitive techniques. Yet, they're remarkably effective, especially in emergency situations." Aiden nodded, thinking of the many impromptu field hospitals he'd worked in during his career. "We've had to learn to make do with whatever's available. Sometimes, the old ways are the best ways, especially when high-tech options aren't available." This adaptability wasn't limited to medicine. As the joint human-alien expedition prepared for their rescue mission, the human crew members quickly learned to operate alien technology, often finding innovative ways to improve its efficiency. Engineer Marcus Wong became a particular favorite among the alien tech crews. His ability to jury-rig solutions using a mix of human ingenuity and alien tech left his Xeno colleagues both baffled and impressed. "I don't understand," chittered Zigzags, a spindly arachnid-like alien, as Marcus recalibrated a plasma injector using what looked like chewing gum and a paperclip. "How can such primitive materials interface with our quantum-aligned systems?" Marcus grinned, his hands never stopping their work. "Sometimes, you've got to think outside the box, or outside the dimension, in this case." As the departure date for the rescue mission approached, a palpable excitement filled Harmony's nexus. The humans had proven themselves to be more than just an interesting curiosity. They were potential game-changers in the galactic community. High Administrator Sixlith called a final meeting with Captain Rodriguez and Dr. Cho. "We've learned much from you in this short time," it said, its compound eyes reflecting the starlight streaming through the viewport. "But I suspect there's much more to discover. This mission, it's more than just a rescue operation. It's the beginning of a new era of cooperation." Elena nodded solemnly. "We're grateful for your help, and we're committed to proving ourselves worthy allies." As they left the meeting, Aiden turned to Elena. "You know, when we first arrived, I never imagined we'd be heading into battle alongside alien allies." Elena's eyes sparkled with determination. "That's the thing about us humans, Aiden. We're always full of surprises. Now let's go save our people and show the galaxy what Deathworlders can really do." As the joint fleet prepared to depart, the aliens watched their human allies with a mixture of anticipation and awe. They had studied the Deathworld hypothesis, but now they were about to witness its products in action. Little did they know, the true test of human resilience and adaptability was yet to come, and it would reshape their understanding of life in the universe forever. Galactic Emergency and Human Volunteers. The joint human-alien fleet dropped out of faster-than-light travel at the edge of the Epsilon Eridani system, home to the human colony of New Eden. The scene that greeted them was one of chaos and destruction. The colony's orbital defenses lay in ruins, debris fields scattered across space like cosmic confetti. On the planet's surface, plumes of smoke rose from multiple impact sites. Captain Elena Rodriguez stood on the bridge of the flagship, a massive alien vessel called the Cosmic Harmony. her jaw clenched as she surveyed the damage. "Status report," she commanded, her voice steadied despite the turmoil in her heart. High Administrator Sixlith's tendrils danced over the holographic display. "The attack appears to have ceased, but we're detecting multiple unknown vessels in the system. They're unlike anything in our databases." Dr. Aiden Cho, who had insisted on joining the mission despite the dangers, leaned in to study the readouts. "What about the colonists? Are there any life signs?" A tense moment passed as the alien sensors probed the planet's surface. Finally, a chirp of confirmation came from one of the alien operators. "We're detecting approximately 10,000 human life signs," the operator reported. "They appear to be concentrated in underground shelters. However, Elena prompted, a sense of dread growing in her stomach. "There's some kind of biological agent spreading through the atmosphere," the alien continued. "It's unlike anything we've encountered before. The colonists in the shelters are protected for now, but if they emerge..." The implication hung heavy in the air. The unknown attackers had not just bombarded the colony, they had unleashed a potentially deadly pathogen. Elena turned to Sixlith, her eyes blazing with determination. "We need to get down there. Now." The alien administrator's compound eyes blinked rapidly, a sign of distress. "Captain Rodriguez, I understand your concern, but we cannot risk exposing our crews to an unknown biological agent. The potential for cross-species contamination is too great." "Then I'll go alone," Elena declared, her voice brooking no argument. Dr. Cho stepped forward. "Not alone. I'm coming with you." A ripple of surprise and concern spread through the alien crew. The idea of voluntarily entering such a hazardous environment seemed to defy their understanding of self-preservation. Dr. Glob, who had joined the mission as the chief xenobiologist, oozed forward. "This is madness. The risk is incalculable. We have no idea how this pathogen might interact with your physiology." Aiden met the gelatinous alien's gaze steadily. "That's precisely why we have to go. We're the only ones who can safely make contact with the colonists and assess the situation firsthand." Elena nodded in agreement. "Our people need us. And frankly, we humans have a long history of rushing into danger to save others. It's kind of our thing." The alien leaders huddled together, their appendages and tendrils intertwining as they debated in hushed tones. Finally, Sixlith turned back to the humans. "Very well. We will allow a small team to descend to the surface, but you must follow our containment protocols to the letter. We cannot risk this pathogen spreading beyond the planet." As Elena and Aiden prepared for the descent, more human volunteers stepped forward. Lisa Chen, the engineer who had impressed the aliens with her agility, insisted on joining to help repair any damaged systems. Marcus Wong, the innovative technician, volunteered his expertise in jury-rigging solutions with limited resources. The alien observers watched in a mixture of awe and bewilderment as the humans donned their environmental suits, checking each other's seals with a efficiency born of long practice. "I still don't understand," Dr. Glob burbled to Sixlith. "They know the dangers. They've seen the destruction. Yet they go willingly, even eagerly." Sixlith's tendrils waved thoughtfully. "Perhaps this is the human spirit they spoke of. It seems their Deathworld origins have instilled in them a remarkable courage, or a complete disregard for self-preservation." As the human team boarded the shuttle, Elena turned to address the alien crew. "We appreciate your support and your trust. Whatever we find down there, we'll face it together. That's the human way. And now, it's our way, the galactic way." The shuttle bay doors opened, revealing the scared face of New Eden below. As the small craft began its descent, the aliens watched with bated breath, their various respiratory organs working overtime with anxiety and anticipation. On the planet's surface, the true scale of the devastation became apparent. The once thriving colony lay in ruins, its buildings toppled and its fields scorched. The air was thick with an eerie, shimmering haze, visible evidence of the biological agent that now permeated the atmosphere. As the team stepped out onto the blasted landscape, their suit sensors immediately began to chirp warnings. The pathogen levels were off the charts, far more concentrated than the orbital scans had indicated. "Well," Aiden said, his voice tight but determined over the suit's comm. "Looks like we've got our work cut out for us." Elena nodded, her eyes scanning the horizon. "First things first. We need to establish contact with the colonists and assess their condition. Then we can worry about dealing with whatever the hell this stuff in the air is." As they made their way towards the nearest shelter, Lisa suddenly held up a hand. "Wait, do you hear that?" The team fell silent, straining to listen. At first, there was nothing but the whisper of wind over the ruined landscape. Then, faintly but unmistakably, they heard it. A child's cry coming from the direction of a collapsed building. Without hesitation, Elena started towards the sound. "Come on, someone's alive out here." As they raced towards the source of the cry, the aliens watching from orbit held their collective breath. The humans were plunging headlong into unknown danger, driven by an instinct to help that seemed to override all sense of self-preservation. Little did anyone know, this moment of human courage would be the catalyst for a series of events that would not only save the colony, but revolutionize galactic medicine and interspecies relations forever. The true test of humanity's resilience, and the full extent of their unique abilities, was about to begin. Humanity's resilience put to the test. The rubble shifted beneath Elena's gloved hands as she frantically dug through the debris. The child's cries had grown weaker, but they were close now. Sweat beaded on her forehead inside her helmet, her muscles straining against the increased gravity of New Eden. "I've got something," Marcus called out, his sensor array beeping urgently. Life signs about 2 meters down. With renewed vigor, the team redoubled their efforts. Aiden kept a wary eye on their suit readings, the concentration of the unknown pathogen steadily rising around them. "We need to hurry," he warned. "Our filters won't be able to keep this stuff out forever." Finally, Elena's hand broke through into a small pocket of space. A tiny, dust-covered face looked up at her, eyes wide with fear and hope. "It's okay," Elena soothed, her voice cracking with emotion. "We're here to help. Can you move?" The child nodded weakly, reaching up. With utmost care, Elena extracted the young girl from the rubble. As soon as she was free, Aiden began running medical scans. "She's been exposed," he reported grimly. "But wait, this can't be right." Elena looked at him sharply. "What is it?" Aiden's voice was filled with disbelief. "According to these readings, her body is already fighting off the pathogen. It's like nothing I've ever seen." Before they could process this information, a rumble shook the ground. In the distance, one of the sealed colony shelters was opening. A group of colonists emerged, their faces a mix of determination and fear. "Hey," Lisa called out, waving her arms. "Stay back. The air isn't safe." But the colonists kept coming. As they drew closer, the team realized with shock that they weren't wearing any protective gear. Yet they seemed fine. An older woman, her silver hair streaked with dust, approached them. "You must be the rescue team," she said, her voice strong despite the circumstances. "I'm Dr. Sarah Nakamura, Chief Medical Officer of New Eden." Elena stammered, momentarily at a loss for words. "But how? The pathogen." Dr. Nakamura's eyes crinkled in a weary smile. "It seems we humans are full of surprises, even to ourselves. Come, we have much to discuss." Back in the colony's main medical facility, now serving as an impromptu command center, Dr. Nakamura explained the situation. The alien attack had indeed released a deadly pathogen into the atmosphere, one specifically engineered to target human physiology. "At first, we thought it was the end," she said, calling up holographic displays of medical data. "But then something extraordinary happened. Our immune systems began to adapt at an unprecedented rate." Aiden leaned in, his scientific curiosity overriding his initial shock. That's impossible. No known immune system could evolve that quickly. Dr. Nakamura nodded. Under normal circumstances, you'd be right. But New Eden isn't exactly normal. When we first colonized this planet, we discovered trace elements in the soil that subtly altered our biology. We've been studying the effects for years, but we never imagined anything like this. The implications were staggering. Somehow, the unique environment of New Eden had supercharged human adaptability, allowing their immune systems to evolve in real time to combat the alien pathogen. Alina's mind raced with the possibilities. We need to get this information to the fleet. If we can synthesize a cure based on the colonists' antibodies. Her words were cut short by an alarm blaring through the facility. One of the colonists rushed in, panic etched on his face. The aliens are back. They've breached our orbital defenses. The next few hours were a blur of activity. As alien ships descended from the sky, the human team worked frantically alongside the colonists to prepare their defenses. But they weren't just fighting to protect themselves. They were racing to unlock the secrets of their newfound immunity. In the medical lab, Aiden and Dr. Nakamura worked tirelessly, their hands flying over unfamiliar equipment as they attempted to isolate and replicate the crucial antibodies. Meanwhile, Alina coordinated with the alien fleet in orbit, relaying information and strategizing their defense. Marcus and Lisa put their engineering skills to the test, jury-rigging colony equipment into makeshift weapons and shields. The colonists, emboldened by their unexpected resilience, rallied to help in any way they could. As the first wave of alien attackers hit the ground, the defenders of New Eden stood ready. The battle that ensued was unlike anything the galaxy had ever seen. Humans, their bodies supercharged by the planet's unique properties, fought with a ferocity and adaptability that stunned even their alien allies watching from orbit. Alina found herself in the thick of the fighting, her tactical training melding with an almost preternatural ability to predict and counter the aliens' moves. Around her, colonists who had never seen combat before fought with the skill of seasoned warriors, their bodies and minds adapting to the stress of battle in real time. In the medical lab, a breakthrough came at the 11th hour. Aiden's voice crackled over the comm, breathless with excitement. We've done it. We've synthesized a cure. But delivering the cure presented its own challenges. The alien ships had formed a blockade around the planet, preventing any hope of escape. It seemed that even with their incredible adaptation, the humans of New Eden might be doomed. Then, in a moment of desperate inspiration, Alina had an idea. Using the colony's atmospheric processors, they could disperse the cure into the air itself, turning the aliens' own weapon against them. As the battle raged on the surface, Alina and her team raced against time to implement their plan. The fate of New Eden, and perhaps the future of human-alien relations, hung in the balance. High above, the alien allies watched in awe as the humans below demonstrated a level of resilience and adaptability that defied all their previous understanding of biology and evolution. It was becoming clear that the term Deathworlders might be more apt than they had ever imagined, not because humans came from a world of death, but because they had evolved to overcome it at every turn. As the cure began to disperse into the atmosphere, a new chapter in galactic history was about to unfold. The humans of New Eden had not just survived an extinction-level attack, they had turned it into the key to their salvation. And in doing so, they were about to change the face of galactic medicine forever. A new era of galactic medicine. The skies above New Eden cleared as the last of the alien attackers retreated, their bioweapon rendered useless by the rapidly dispersing cure. On the planet's surface, humans emerged from their shelters, blinking in the sunlight of a world forever changed. Captain Alina Rodriguez stood atop a hill overlooking the colony, her environmental suit discarded. She took a deep breath of the purified air, marveling at how quickly the situation had turned around. Beside her, Dr. Aiden Cho was running final scans on a group of colonists, his face a mixture of exhaustion and excitement. "It's remarkable," Aiden said, shaking his head in disbelief. Their immune systems have not only adapted to fight off the pathogen, but they're showing increased resistance to a wide range of other potential threats. It's like their bodies are anticipating future challenges. Elena nodded, her mind already racing with the implications. We need to get this information to the Galactic Council. This could change everything. As if on cue, the comm unit on her wrist chirped. High Administrator Sixlith's voice came through, tinged with a mix of awe and concern. Captain Rodriguez, we've been monitoring the situation. Your actions, they defy all our previous understanding of xenobiology. The Council is convening an emergency session. Your presence is requested immediately. Within hours, Elena, Aiden, and Dr. Sarah Nakamura found themselves standing before the Galactic Council. The chamber was packed, with representatives from dozens of species all clamoring to hear the humans' report. As Elena recounted the events on New Eden, a hush fell over the assembly. When she finished, the chamber erupted into a cacophony of alien voices, each trying to process the implications of what they'd heard. Dr. Glob oozed forward, its gelatinous form quivering with excitement. If I understand correctly, the human immune system demonstrated an ability to adapt and evolve in real time to combat an unknown threat. This changes everything we thought we knew about biological resilience. Dr. Nakamura stepped up, her voice steady as she addressed the council. It's more than that. Our preliminary studies suggest that this adaptive ability isn't limited to our immune systems. We're seeing accelerated healing, improved cognitive function, even enhanced physical capabilities. The combination of Earth-evolved biology and New Eden's unique environment has unlocked potential we never knew we had. The implications were staggering. Murmurs rippled through the council chamber as the assembled aliens considered the possibilities. One counselor, a being of pure energy contained within a crystalline structure, spoke up. If this adaptive ability could be studied, perhaps even replicated, the applications for galactic medicine would be revolutionary. High Administrator Sixlith's tendrils waved thoughtfully. Indeed, but it also raises concerns. The same abilities that allowed the humans to overcome this threat could potentially make them formidable adversaries. Elena stepped forward, her eyes scanning the room. Or invaluable allies, she countered. What happened on New Eden wasn't just about biological adaptation. It was about the human spirit, our drive to survive, to protect others, to face the unknown head-on. Yes, we come from a world that many of you would consider harsh, but that harshness has forged us into a species uniquely suited to tackle the challenges of the galaxy. She paused, letting her words sink in. We're not asking to dominate or to be feared. We're offering to help. Imagine what we could accomplish together. Human adaptability combined with your advanced technologies. We could cure diseases, terraform inhospitable worlds, maybe even unlock the secrets of evolution itself. The council chamber fell silent as the assembled aliens considered Elena's words. Finally, a tall, spindly being with compound eyes like polished opals spoke. Captain Rodriguez speaks wisely. The humans have demonstrated not just remarkable biological capabilities, but also courage, ingenuity, and a willingness to sacrifice for others. These are qualities to be admired, not feared. Slowly, a consensus began to form. The Galactic Council voted to establish a new initiative, the Collaborative Institute for Adaptive Xenomedicine. This organization would bring together the brightest minds from across the galaxy to study and apply the lessons learned from humanity's incredible display of adaptability. As the council session concluded, Elena found herself surrounded by alien dignitaries, all eager to discuss future collaborations. Dr. Glov approached, its gelatinous form wobbling with what Elena had come to recognize as excitement. "Captain," it burbled, "I must admit, when you humans first arrived at Harmony's Nexus, I thought you were fragile creatures from a backwater world. I've never been so happy to be proven wrong." Elena smiled. "That's the thing about us humans, Dr. Glob. We're full of surprises. In the months and years that followed, the galaxy witnessed a renaissance in medical science. Human researchers worked alongside alien scientists, combining their unique perspectives to tackle challenges that had once seemed insurmountable. The adaptive capabilities first witnessed on New Eden were studied, refined, and eventually carefully applied to other species. Diseases that had plagued alien civilizations for millennia were cured. Hostile environments were tamed, allowing for colonization of worlds once thought uninhabitable. But perhaps the most profound change was in the galactic community's perception of humanity. No longer were they seen as curiosities from a death world. Instead, humans became known as the adaptive ones, a species forged in adversity, ever ready to face the unknown challenges of the cosmos. As for Elena, Aiden, and the other humans who had faced the crucible of New Eden, they found themselves at the forefront of this new era. Their experiences had not only saved the colony, but had opened the door to a future of unprecedented cooperation and discovery. Standing on the observation deck of the newly constructed Galactic Academy of Adaptive Sciences, Elena gazed out at the stars. The universe stretched out before her, vast and full of unknowns. But now, for the first time, it felt less like a threat and more like a promise of adventures to come, challenges to overcome, and a future limited only by the boundaries of imagination and the indomitable human spirit. As alien students and human teachers mingled in the halls behind her, Elena smiled. The Deathworlders had not just survived, they had thrived, turning adversity into opportunity and fear into hope. And in doing so, they had ushered in a new age of galactic cooperation, proving once and for all that the most powerful force in the universe was not technology or biology, but the unbreakable will to create a better future for all.